wanted to check in on a trend that I've been kind of keeping tabs on post-Olympic, post-All-Star break in Kamilla Cardoso, and that's her usage. I spoke to right after she was drafted by the Chicago Sky on our CHGO Sky Draft Day podcast. Spoke to Kamilla being far from a traditional big. She's traditional in terms of the size, but she's not traditional in terms of her skill and how she sees the game, how she processes the game, and how she can play make off of the attention that she garners. Her skill really just enables her a different type of versatility that most players at her stature don't typically have. And I think that's something that the Sky can certainly lean a whole lot more into in usage and moving her around the half-court offense to allow for her to kind of facilitate and just generally take the attention that she garners and use her skill to combat that. So let's go ahead and dive into the film of her career high in assists in the showing against the Washington Mystics. It's not all going to be direct plays that end in an assist for her. It's more so about looking at the passes she's able to make off of the attention that she garners and how it creates green shot quality for her teammates, all stemming from her being the trigger for offense within the layers of their actions. Let's go ahead and dive into the film. All right, first play we're going to be seeing taking place early in the first quarter. I believe the second possession of the game for the Chicago Sky. I want to pay attention first to the high-low dynamic between Angel Reese and Kamilla Cardoso. I've continued to highlight the tandem partnership that those two have, assisting one another or just generally passing to one another. We see just that here. Good job on the seal from Kamilla Cardoso. As I bring it back, you can just kind of look at where action is initially looking to flow. The Mystics do a good job taking it away defensively. Attention to detail in the scouting report from Ariel Atkins. Taking away the Iverson cut pass to Michaela Onyenwere. Ends up going into a pop to the slot area for Angel Reese. She's able to make the delivery to Kamilla. But before we watch the pass from Angel to Kamilla, look how Camilla's just kind of reading the floor, assessing the angle for the pass to come. And this is the tandem growth between both the Sky post playmakers in terms of who's receiving the ball in the post and the perimeter players in terms of understanding how to play the angles, create a little bit of space, and be able to make these angles in terms of executing on passes. Before we even look at the pass going to Kamilla, pay attention and give a hat tip to Teresa Witherspoon and company for the layers of their offense. You see who's spaced on the strong side of the floor, one pass away from where the pass is ultimately going to end up going, and that's Rachel Banham. She's the only player on the Sky at this moment that's not going to be helped off of in terms of when there's help in the corner. As you see with Brittany Sykes here, she's a pass away, so she's not even looking to get into the passing lane for Kamilla. She's erring on not allowing for the ball to go to the corner to Rachel Banham. Great job on the touch and the timing on the pass from Angel Reese. And now watch Kamilla do a great job with the swing through of the inside leg towards the backside of Stephanie Dolson. You see the space and leverage that creates. You can't see it here, but I can see it in the arena from where I was sitting. That pass and the angle which the pass is coming from, going to the hand that Kamilla has up that we can't see from this angle on the floor. Nonetheless, that's all letting the passer know that there's an angle there. You get it there on time. You get it there on target. There's something to work with from the post. And now we're going to see the post touch from Kamilla be the trigger for their offensive action to come. Get the post touch. We see early, initially, it's the low man, Ariel Atkins, that's peeled in. However, as you pay attention to the way that the Mystics are in their defensive shell, look at how they work to condense and shrink the floor on Kamilla on the catch. The ball's not even there yet, actually, before the catch. The ball is just barely on the flight to the intended receiver. And look at how they've sunk in. This is the part of the spacing element for the Sky that I'm always speaking to. It's not necessarily that they're not good at spacing. It's just that they don't have the requisite pieces to hold an advantage in terms of making defenders pay for the extra attention that they decide to err on and shifting towards the ball side, wherever the ball is or wherever the ball is headed. You see just that here with how sunken in and how condensed on the court Ariel Atkins, the low man, and you see Julie Van Loo, who's guarding Lindsay Allen here, that's at the top of the key opposite slot area of Angel Reese. You can just kind of see based off of where they're at, how they're defended, and the way they've shifted towards the ball. That's what I'm speaking to when I speak to spacing. That being said, Look at Kamilla and her quick processing, realizes that originally it's the low man that gets a quick jab at, and now it's the opposite 45 and Julie Van Loo that's completely sunken in and even committing to the ball. Hats up to Kamilla with her process and the vision, seeing what she's trying to see on the second side first to see where any potential help might be coming from. And it's the fact that she takes not just one dribble and terminates, but it's the second dribble to make sure that the dust settles on the rotations that the defense is conceding in terms of making rotations to get the ball out her hands. She makes sure that they commit to the ball. We get another hat tip to Angel Reese on this dive cut to make sure that she compresses their defensive shell. There's no help to help a rotation to come. Julie Van Loo is completely tasked with going from a strong side double team to a weak side rotation all the way to the opposite 45. You're conceding rotation when you have somebody that can pass like Kamilla and you still look to put two to the ball. And we see this guy do a good job playing advantage basketball here. It's not going to end up in a made basket, but it's a pass stemming from Kamilla Cardoso being the trigger. It shows her court mapping ability and her ability for awareness and understanding how to play make off of the attention that she garners. Job well done all around the board there. Again, it's not a make, but it's the process. And we see that it's also not a direct assist for Kamilla, but the fact that she can get the defense in rotation. Ultimately see two to the ball as we see Lindsay Allen attack this closeout. It's a bit of overhelp from the corner from Ariel Atkins. But again, the Mystics were being stingy, helping off of anybody that was on the court that wasn't Rachel Banham. So this in process, what they like to do defensively is what it is against this guy. But this is very green shot quality for the Chicago Sky's best corner shooter this season in Michaela Onyenwere. That one doesn't fall, but you live with that shot quality and the look that's generated and the movement that comes within it. And then I'm going to pause this next one here because I want to continue to emphasize the potential in Angel Reese and her grabbing goals and the impact that it can have on the offense if she's implored to do so more frequently, more consistently. We see her get this rebound here, and the volume of rebounds that she's grabbing, a league-leading rate. Her being able to tap into her skill as a ball handler and handling the ball and making decisions in the open floor is something that can add another layer to already one of the best transition attacks in the W that the Chicago Sky have at this moment. So I want to make sure we mention that part of the process first. We see her is immediately on the touch. I want to make sure we emphasize this part right here. She gets the catch. She's not looking to make a dribble first. She's not even looking at outlet to a guard. Look at where her eyes go. Boom. She's scanning ahead because she knows Kamilla, who contested the original shot that took place that led to the Angel rebound, is rim running, and she's immediately looking to see if there's a quick seal opportunity on the hit-ahead pass. This is all great in process. Ultimately, it's not there before she gets to half court, but she crosses the half-court line with 22 seconds left on the shot clock. That gives the Chicago Sky, a team that doesn't create the most prolific and abundant advantages in the half-court, a whole lot more time to work through multiple layers of their offense if need be. Now, ultimately, Angel is going to decide to make this pass to Kamilla, and I want to emphasize that Angel is a solid decision maker when she has the ball in her hands in playmaking scenarios. She will get to the point where when she gets more reps doing it in the open floor and initiating off of the rebounds that she garners and reading the full court, because if you see it here, we still frame it. Ariel Atkins is going to peel all the way in anticipating this hit-ahead pass to Kamilla. If Angel was to kind of look off Kamilla just one more beat longer and make this pass on the cross-court skip to the corner where Michaela Onyenwere is, that would be easy too. Now, all's well that ends well because this pass is ultimately going to get there because of Angel understanding that you make this pass high, nobody's going up to the clouds to get this pass from Kamilla. So she puts it in the sky like she's throwing to a number one receiver, a jump ball fade. Kamilla goes up and gets it where no one else can from the attic. And now this is again where her understanding and court mapping and processing takes place. She's going up to get the catch, but she also understands that, okay, I have two on me. The only other person that's wide open right now is Michaela Onyenwere, again, who's going to be wide open in the corner, being helped off of Advantage Sky. Kamilla catches it, and you see immediately as she gains complete control of the ball, she finds Michaela, and it's the pass for me because she continues to just make the right type of pass to put the receiver in the most optimized position to score. If she throws a bounce pass here, that gives Stephanie Dawson as well as Brittany Sykes an opportunity to get back into play and affect the release of this ultimate layup is going to come from Michaela. Because Kamilla makes the catch and then makes the pass high, Michaela has to catch it over her head. Doesn't have to bring it down if she doesn't want to. She does for comfort purposes. Good job on Michaela playing off a 2. Gets up a quick pump fake to discard of the top side defender and Brittany Sykes, who's rotating down to help the helper. And she's going to ultimately be able to get up a contested layup here. Could have potentially been an and one as well. All of that, again, stemming from, first of all, Angel Reese doing a great job in grabbing those scenarios. But it's the paint touches whenever, wherever for Kamilla Cardoso and her court mapping and processing of all of the attention that comes with when she gets the ball in the paint that ultimately results in a score for the Sky. Good on good there. And then this is another fun rep here. We're going to see this guy kind of flow into a little bit of flex action. So we see a little bit of a screen coming here as we see Lindsay Allen get in there and set the screen on Stephanie Dolson for Kamilla. And I want to make sure we slow this down and hat tip Lindsay Allen because the Sky guards have gotten a little bit lazy at times in terms of trying to help to screen for their post players and create that post advantage that they desire to, whether that be in positioning in terms of where the catch ultimately takes place or potentially even forcing a switch. Now, we see the Mystics almost get caught in a late switch scenario because the screen that Lindsay Allen sets is just so good. It's just it's as perfect as it can get. She doesn't necessarily lay the wood potentially on Stephanie Dolson, but it's the fact that she just interferes just enough and doesn't also pick up a moving screen in any capacity in doing so. That's important to note. It's all going to lead to Kamilla getting an advantageous post touch. You get 1 foot in the paint on a post touch. That's great spacing. That's great positioning to get the post advantage that you desire. And the timing at which Lindsay Allen slips out of the flex screen to pop in topside, all is going to just really help to exacerbate the advantage to come. Kamilla gets the catch, and initially is Von Loo that's the closest defender. That's A+ in passing. Great job from Dana Evans on the timing and accuracy of her delivery as well. Now, they end up getting that switch as Kamilla gets into her post touch. But Kamilla makes the dribble like I talked about in the first rep, and then assesses the defense, ultimately sees that she is garnering and holding to the ball. She spins away from where the help is to give herself a little bit of separation, is able to scan the second side and see the way that the defense is rotated within their defensive shell and responsibilities. And now, again, getting back to Lindsay Allen, who set the screen for Kamilla and then respaced. We want to also make sure we had tip Angel Reese for another dive cut to kind of distort the rotations in the defensive shell on the second side for the Mystics. A+ on her end. That all creates advantage in Lindsay Allen getting this quick catch here. And then Lindsay Allen's put in a position to be a playmaker, not just in the primary sense, but secondarily here. She's going to make a quick decision, and you're going to see the result that comes from that. Now, again, like we talked about in this film session, it's not about the makes and misses. It's more so about the process and using Kamilla as the trigger in advantage creation that she can be for their offense. So she gets the double team, and on the flight of this pass, we see the Mystics ultimately elect to go with an X out. So it's essentially a switch between Ariel Atkins, who's the sink defender here, and then we're going to ultimately see Julie Von Loo switch defender. They're going to switch who their matchups are on the flight of the pass, just trying to keep the defensive shell intact here. So good job on the Mystics with their rotations. Good job on Lindsay Allen on the catch, making a super quick +1 pass, putting a lot of pace on that +1 pass as well. And you see their ball movement is faster than the rotations of the defense after they sent the double team and the dust settled on those rotations. That's all important to note because that's how you play an advantage basketball after somebody gets double teamed. Great job from the Sky here. Now, I know I said this is good shot quality, and obviously the Sky need people to take the three-point opportunities that are presented to them. In this particular rep, though, I would like to see, because of how urgent the closeout from Von Loo is, getting over to Michaela Onyenwere, I would like to see Michaela either get into a 1 dribble or just a 1 pump fake and 1 dribble to the side to her left, like an escape dribble that you see Klay Thompson. You even see Kayla McBride get into these at times when defenders are closing out like this with this urgency to her. Just 1 pump fake, and now she'll be able to reset 1 step to the left. There will be no defender for her to worry about, and she can kind of get into her release a whole lot more comfortably. Or to take that pump fake and then just steal back the leverage and just get into the paint and get a paint touch. And then ultimately that's going to pull over Brittany Sykes, who's at the nail at this moment in time. And it's going to open up Dana Evans for a topside 3 where she's most comfortable shooting 3-pointers in a catch and shoot stance as well. That's nitpicking. I like the green shot quality that they're able to get from this. And I think these things are layers of their offense that they can certainly get into more, just with a little bit more detail and a little bit more reps playing off of the advantages in the post that Kamilla Cardoso can execute upon and being the trigger for your offense in the half court. And then next rep here, we're going to see more of the same. It's going to be a lot more Kamilla. This time in a little bit different of a sense, however, we're going to be seeing letting the action kind of flow through. They try to get into an empty side pick and roll. This guy been getting into more empty side and empty corner pick and rolls post-Olympic break, as I was kind of speaking to prior to play picking back up. Nothing comes of this rep here in terms of action, but all they're doing is running this empty corner pick and roll just to get Kamilla into post positioning. She sets the screen, no switch happens, but she's able to get solid post positioning. She can do a little bit better job with this seal, and Michaela can be a little bit more patient in terms of the delivery in the entry pass to Kamilla. Nonetheless, they ultimately end up getting the ball where they desire for it to be. And now we're going to see them playing in read and react in a different context of passing for Kamilla. Instead of making a skip pass here, she's able to hit the back door. But again, it's not a full double team that she's seeing, but we see Ariel Atkins after the pass take 1 to 2 steps towards the ball and kind of load it up to help try to sink the floor. She's a little bit too far up the line. Michaela is on time and on schedule with her cut on the basket cut here, the dive cut. Kamilla's on time and accurate with the pass yet again. You see where it hits Michaela. She doesn't have to bobble or play with the pass at all. She can just catch it and get right up into the release, into the layup. This is good on good, compounding on good for this guy. And Kamilla gets yet another assist in this game. And then this rep here is going to be a little different than the others, but it's going to be just really showing and showcasing her ability to make passes and read and react. So we see them swing it second side. They're trying to get into a little action up top. Mystics do a good job guarding that. Good job guarding the counter as well. And now we see Kamilla get into the context of offense that I've spoken to, which is her skill with her handle and her passing off of a live dribble, as well as passing through windows, tight windows, but also passing when she has pressure applied to her as the playmaker up top. This pass coming obviously from way beyond the three-point line. So a different context, not passing from the elbow or passing from the blocks. But you will still see the timing and cadence and rhythm at which she's kind of court mapping and assessing the defense around her. Talked about the first side action getting blown up. Executes a quick dribble at. And look at this pass that Kamilla is able to make. I want to pay attention to the pace. I want to pay attention to the location. And I want to pay attention also to the timing at which she's executing this pass. All again with a live dribble. One dribble at for the defender that Diamond DeShields is being guarded by. Diamond elects to go back door because of the pressure as well as because of the angle at which the dribble handoff will be coming. Great processing all around from the sky. And this pass, if she tried to skip this off the board and make a bounce pass, even if she put spin on it, that's like past Magic Johnson level playmaking that she would be trying to get into. That window is just not there. It's too close. The only way she can make this pass is if she throws it right over the top of the head of the defender that's guarding Diamond DeShields, which she does on precision. I just want to pay close attention to the ball here and the flight, how it gets to the intended receiver, and how it puts Diamond in the position to not just burn the original defender, but because the pass is so quick and is so on target, Diamond's able to catch it high, keep it high, and she's able to get it up off the board before the low man can make the rotation over and potentially take away the advantage that was created in read and react for Kamilla. These passes that she's making are not the average or typical for a rookie from the front court position, especially from the center realm. And these areas and just the usage and functionality of Kamilla in the half court have to be funneled, cycled through, and leaned into more because her skill development can be something that skyrockets in a playmaking sense, which can really unlock things for the Sky. The best cutter on the team is Kennedy Carter. A lot of times she can get into these actions and scenarios with Kennedy, but as we see here, she can get into it also with any of the guards, but also and even more specifically the wing group for the Chicago Sky, whether that be Rachel Banham or even more so specifically Michaela Onyenwere, as we saw a couple times in this film session alone, as well as Diamond DeShields. So just keep an eye on the lookout on the usage of Kamilla Cardoso, whether she's getting direct assists or secondary or tertiary assists, and just generally how she's used as a trigger for action for the Sky in their half-court offense.